Hi, this is On Imagination with Shifting Perspectives, and welcome. I am I love my brain. I love my brain. So, this is what, I was putting this all together, and I just need to kind of recap on everything that happened just a minute because I have to have things symmetrical. When they're not symmetrical, it really bothers me like a lot. All right, so here's what's going on because this is like, so yesterday was a money day. It was a sit down and dissect money, get into the mindset. And I have a serious, there is this trend happening right now with manifestation. Now, I know too much philosophy and psychology, and I understand way too much about the subconscious mind and also the energy in the universe. So I can see all the moving parts, I can feel all the moving parts. And when someone comes along and they're like, manifestation, this is what it is. And I'm going, well, that's not logical. And in point of fact, I don't want to talk about the nonsense. No more nonsense. So I'm just going to show you what I know. And again, this is from me and my perspective. Everyone has their own perspective, but here's how it works. The subconscious mind is really crafty, really, really evil. I love it so much. It's not evil, it's just logical, highly logical. And it has this obsessive keep you safe, keep you safe, keep you safe. So it's got a million little fail safes through all of your programming. So you experience abuse A, and the subconscious mind goes, it's not safe. To keep you safe, we need this programming. So it goes 10 10 10 10 10, and it goes, and all of these things fall into place to create subconscious obstacles. Got that? Big word. Like one I need to get into, a subconscious obstacle. Subconscious obstacle. And these subconscious obstacles are literally designed so that you cannot put yourself in danger unknowingly. Now, if you learn the wrong lesson, limiting belief, that tells you money is dangerous, you're going to have all these 101s fall into place to create subconscious obstacles to make sure you stay safe by not having money. So then you decide, I'm sick of being poor, I'm going to be wealthy. Well, your subconscious mind has to be on board. Your subconscious mind has to agree. And in most cases, our subconscious mind is not talked to by our conscious awareness. So the conscious awareness, you decide something like, I'm going to be a millionaire. And then you head off. But your subconscious mind is going, I want to bet. And you've got all these subconscious obstacles. So as you're going along, suddenly you're inconsistent. Well, that's your subconscious mind. Suddenly you can't stay focused. That's your subconscious mind. You forget things easily. That's your subconscious mind. Those are all your subconscious obstacles. Oh, it has a million little tricks up its sleeve where the subconscious mind is constantly throwing all of these obstacles in your way to keep you safe. And it's so crafty that it then wipes your memory and it sucks you of your motivation to keep you safe. So suddenly you're inconsistent. You can't get started. You keep forgetting. You can't focus. You have fog brain. You can't figure out what's wrong. You have depression. Okay, first of all of those are tactics used by your subconscious mind to keep you safe. So it's not just you jumping up going, I'm going to do X, because you've got 6 people at play here. You've got your conscious awareness, you, the one vocalizing, going, I want to be rich. And then you've got your identity, your authenticity, your fear system, your defense system, your subconscious mind. Have you asked them what they want? Probably not. And now, as a result, you are making decisions for 5 other people who you haven't even consulted with. Here's the funny part. They're in charge. They are in charge, not you. You don't get to be in charge until you do some mental work. Triadic healing. You're not going anywhere until you figure out your shit with them. because they're in charge. And if you have no idea how to straighten out your shit with them, triadic healing. So, when you turn around and you decide to manifest, manifestation is no different. Now you're adding someone else to the mix, the universe. And the universe is sitting here going, "Huh, yeah, I only do what your identity and your subconscious mind want because all the universe does is tell you when to jump. But if you haven't done the mental work, your subconscious mind is not going to let you jump. So you're going to stay poor. You might see a little bit of progress, but you've got mental work to do. And then there's the people, these are my favorite people, who say, I don't want to be rich. I don't want to manifest money. I don't need money. Money is evil. So I'm happy being miserable, poor, and having a scarcity mindset. I manifest, but just enough because I don't want to be ungrateful and I want to be righteous. That's not doing shadow work. That's avoiding. I'm not talking about that. So, if you want to be wealthy and if you want to actually be rich and you understand that ethics have nothing to do with having money and not being in a scarcity mindset, you're going to have to talk to your subconscious mind. You're going to have to do the shadow work. So, when somebody comes along and they're like, oh, just manifest money, it doesn't work like that. What you're really doing is negotiating with your subconscious mind so you can actually get to where it is you're going to. That comes back to your identity, your ethics, and your beliefs. Those beautiful little things. So if you are not in tune with your identity, your ethics, and your beliefs, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. So I'm at a point with everything that I was working on where I built the city, I had everything in place. And I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to set up the map and set everything inside of it. And yesterday I finally figured out what it was. It was the ethics, getting right down to the ethics. Ethics are the core to everything. For me, anyway. Like if I'm not ethically on board 100%, I don't move. So I dug into the ethics of it yesterday and I dug out. Let me go ahead and get back here. I want to look at the title of this video right now. That way I can business, money, incentive, value, and utility. So that was what I did yesterday was I just dug into business, money, incentive, and I'm building Authenticity City. And oh my God, I love building a society. So I'm working on this society and I'm trying to figure out, okay, so what do I want in my society? The first thing right at the top is mental health. Well, I have that with a healing garden, so I'm all set. That was a really nice pillar, like, okay, mental health is mandatory because that is something that's ongoing. And we talk about physical health, they talk about physical health, but there's no insanity, closing the door on that. So then the next pillar that I looked into was imagination, because imagination and play is absolutely key. And that's what I'm going to be focusing on this week and next is really looking into the pillars of a society and why these are such a huge intricate parts to building up a society. Mental health, imaginative play, and of course, physical health. But there is more, mental health is more important than physical because physical health can create a small impact on mental health, not if your mindset's right where it needs to be, but mental health creates a bigger impact on physical health. So mental health, in my opinion, is far more important than physical health. I feel like physical health is more of a consequence to mental health. Imaginative play, huge part of mental health, huge part of a human being, massive part of a human being. And then we have the ship of state, which is actually the operation and running of this entire thing. It's the organization. Technically, this podcast is the ship of state. It's where I check in every day. Ooh, what's going on here? Just a moment. I'm sitting here talking to you, and suddenly my WhatsApp decided to pop up randomly just out of the blue. And look at me, I'm here. And I'm going, why do I need to see you, WhatsApp? It's like, why? So I didn't even get a notification. It just decided to pop up. So the ship of state. The next thing is the forum and market. I love the forum and market. And that is actually what we're going to be talking about in this video is the forum and market, this pillar. And then the last one is education. And that is the philosopher's fountain. And the philosopher's fountain actually ties into the forum and the market. The forum and market actually is the business side of it. And yeah, we're going to, so business education, because pause. I need to sit and just take a deep breath because I'm going too fast. So give me a minute. Breathe with me. I need to slow down. My business is education. So this is going to spill over because my business is education. It's really weird. It's really weird. I've been in psychology for so long trying to fix me, trying to get my head where it needs to get, that I thought psychology was me. And now that there's nothing left to fix, there's nothing left to fix. I'm sitting here going, I don't want to be a psychologist. I'm not a psychologist because I just did that to fix my brain. I'm a philosopher. I'm a teacher. I'm an educator. And there's that 1 again. I am an educator. That's what my podcast is. It's my school lessons. It's my day-to-day lessons. It's my philosophy class. So I have on Tuesday nights the Philosopher's Fountain, which is my invitation to members only, where they can come and they can talk about the week's videos. They can talk about the class discussion. They can get homework assignments. And this is it, really. I podcast during the day and I do my education and I teach people. And then Tuesday nights, the class is in session. People come to me via Zoom and we sit down and we discuss. Those classes, those members also get access to my VIP status. They get early bird ticket access. They get everything. They are first and foremost in line, and they are official citizens of Authenticity City. It's so simple. It is so simple. And that's exactly the point. Because I had not worked out this mindset, because I had so much mental garbage from this subconscious mind, because I hadn't worked out all of the little things and they had all these obstacles. I couldn't get to the simplicity. That's just it. If it's not simple, it's because you're complicating it. You aren't complicating it. Your subconscious mind is trying to keep you safe. If you are running into obstacle after obstacle, it's because you aren't taking care of your mind. It's because your subconscious mind is actually running the shows. You're arguing with your subconscious mind and the universe. So there's you, conscious awareness. There's your subconscious mind, and then there's the universe. And this is a relationship between the three of you. Holy shit. This is the most important relationship you have between the three of you. You, your subconscious mind, and the universe. You really need to get this wrapped around your head. That is the relationship you are actually in. Not with your partner, not with your children, not with your parents. That relationship. You, your subconscious mind, and the universe. That is your primary relationship. You are in a polycule. This is your polycule. And no one pays attention to it. No one nurtures this polycule. Oh, but you're in it. And it's chaos if you're not on the same page with these other two people. You are in a polycule. It's consistent of your conscious awareness, your subconscious mind, and the universe. And if you are not on the same page with these three people, there's going to be pain, disorganization, chaos, confusion, anger, hate, rage, sadness, depression, mental illness. Oh my God. How's your polycule these days? Internal polycule. Because your subconscious mind has all of these obstacles. The universe is telling you to jump and move. You're asking the universe a million favors every day. And the universe is sitting here going, nope, denied. Hey, I'm telling you when to jump. Why aren't you jumping? Have you talked to your subconscious mind lately? And your subconscious mind is going, yeah, that's not safe, so we're not moving. And you're going, look, I want this dream house of mine. I want to find my love of my life. The universe is going, I can't give it to you if you don't clear out everything over here with the superego, with your subconscious mind. You really need to straighten that out. And instead, the conscious awareness is doing a million other things instead of addressing the superego in the universe. The ego is going, oh, well, I'm not supposed to have that. Now we're talking about a lack of accountability again. The accountability has to be that you are not taking care of your superego. You are not listening to the universe. And that's not going to work until the three of you sit down and have a conversation. And the conversation needs to go like this. Hey, superego, what is my blockage? Show me my blockage. Ask the universe, show me the blockage. And reverse engineer everything, because it comes down to your ethics, your identity, and your beliefs. To do that, you've got to reverse engineer it. So yesterday, I finally had a conversation with my polycule. And I sat down and we straightened it all out. And it came down to my business ethic. My business ethic. I'm building a city and I'm going, okay, mental health, check. Imagination, play, check. Ship of state, check. Business does not exist. Money does not exist in this city. Anna, honey. Really? You're going to build a city without a monetary economy? Yes. You're going to build a city without an economy? Yes. I did this yesterday. Yes. So says the universe. She just looked at me like that. And I'm going, yes. Or you need to sit down with your subconscious mind and figure shit out. There's nothing wrong with money. I know that. Then what's the problem? I don't know. And so I manifested, okay, show me the problem. I didn't understand. So I did the whole Googling the money, and I stopped. I said, I've Googled money. I've Googled finance. What am I missing? My partner has a master's degree from Harvard in economics. And I'm sitting here going, money. Love of my life. What is economics? I thought economics. What did I think economics was? I Googled it and it said the study of scarcity. No, I know what it was. This was the link. The first link was the universe gave him to me. When I manifested all of my shit, the universe said, you need this man. You need this man. This man. So I got this man. I'm going, well, now what do I do with him? Like, I got him. What's he for? Like, he has a purpose in this whole thing, and I have not been able to figure it out. And he came with a master's degree in economics from Harvard. And I'm just like, what's this man's purpose? And I'm sitting here with him like, and every time I have a relationship problem, he cites something from economics and my mind goes, and I'm like, holy shit. He's the one who said to me, zero sum. And I'm like, what the hell is zero sum? And he's explaining to me, well, in economics, zero sum means that there is advantage and disadvantage. And every time you take something away from one person, or every time you gain, you take someone away from the X. That every gain is a deficit to someone else. He goes, that's monogamy thinking. That doesn't exist. And I went, oh, zero sum game. This is an economics term. And I'm going, well, that's a psychology term. And he's like, it's an economics term. And it's the concept, it's scarcity and abundance. It is resources. And I'm looking at it going, that is so fucking clever. It's not the first time he's done this either. At the other one, what was the other one that he did? He gave me another economics term. And yeah, so there was zero sum game. And then there was another term he gave me that was also like total 100% an economic term. that was very relationship psychology again. And I'm going, What is?" And they were both focused around money, but it's not money. Money is a whole that's finance. So I'm sitting here doing my shadow work yesterday, going, okay, what am I missing? And I thought about zero sum game with advantage, disadvantage, scarcity. And then I went, what is economics? And I'm thinking economics is the study of societal. And I stopped right there. I went societal. Societal what? Societal, what is it? So I asked him and he defined it for me. And then I went, whoa, like massive blow up. And I went, oh my God, I've never studied economics. I haven't even touched it. Now, finance is a branch of economics. It's a branch of it. And I'm going, oh, here's the funny part. This is really funny. So I used to be a purchasing manager, like supply, demand, that's part of economics. And that's like my forte. Oh my God, I love supply, demand, resources like this I get. Now, the second ethic in psychology is resourcefulness. It's your ability to know what you have that's available to you as a resource, and it's an unlimited resource. Massive. Understanding what your limited and unlimited resources are, taking an inventory of your resources, and then being able to execute and create something out of nothing with your unlimited resource, that is how you make money. That is what a person requires. It's supposed to be taught to you by your provider. You have a nurturer and a provider. You're supposed to. And you are supposed to learn nurturing and providing from your nurturer and provider. They're not supposed to do it for you. They're supposed to teach it to you. But most of our nurturers and providers became enablers or projectors instead of teachers. Enabler, projector, or teacher. Those are the options. So I'm going resources. Resources, resourcefulness is 100% psychology. And he's going, no, once again, no, it's not. It's economics. It's both. And I'm looking at that going, holy shit, I really need to study economics because this is a massive part of psychology and sociology. So I have some education to do. I'm so happy. So I pulled all of this information and I started looking into it. And oh my God, it was like, okay, so when I studied sales and marketing and all that jazz, that's lesson 5. That's lesson 5. I studied money, I studied sales, I studied marketing, I studied commerce. I studied the history of coinage, I studied barter and trade and negotiation. Economics is first. And I skipped it. I didn't know to look. So here it is. There's this gap. That's the core foundation. And in economics, what you find is the ethical side of societal commerce. But I started with sales and marketing because that's what they say, closing that door, not even opening it. And the more I looked into that department, the more I found how unethical it was. Now it contradicts my whole being. I'm like, well, I can't do this if it's ethical. And then I've got those same people saying money is the root of all evil. No, closing that nonsense. We're not doing that again. So I'm sitting here going, what is this? And this is what I found that it is. It is your resourcefulness. It is incentive. Now, I'm looking up incentive for a completely different reason. I'm looking up incentive because on Thursday night, in 2 nights, I'm going live with my Dungeons and Dragons game. I've got 13 people who I'm going to be hijacking for a quest. So says Fand. And I'm going, every goddamn time you start a Dungeons and Dragons game, you get in there and you say, all right, I need you to do this for me. And they say something akin to, why? Why should I help you? Oh my God, what's in it for me? With them. So one of the biggest obstacles with starting any Dungeons and Dragons game is incentive and trust. Bottom line, incentive and trust. Now this is psychology. So I'm going, all right, before I even get into this game, I'm going to cut them off at the pass and just sideswipe. And we're just going to get this out right in the beginning. So I'm writing up the script and I get it all out there. And it's the whole, what is it you want? Because I can get it for you. Because I'm a fucking god and I'm awesome. So says my character. and me. So I'm sitting here like, what do you want? Do you want love? Do you want power? Do you want wealth? What do you want? Like, I know you want something. Let's get it to you. So I'm like, all right, there's the incentive. And then I've got a couple trust exercises. So we'll build camaraderie and it will all be awesome. But instead of waiting for this to be a problem in game, because it always is, I decided I'm just going to address it right off. What do you want? Because whatever it is you dream, you want, you desire, I will get you. You're coming with me whether you like it or not. So, but I don't want to drag them along kicking and screaming. So I started studying incentive. Incentive comes from the Latin incantar, incantation, incent, to cite, a citation, to sing, to chant, to charm. And I went, spell work. Isn't that fascinating? That the word incentive derives from the Latin for spell charms. That's cool. Oh, so much psychological things to uncover there. I'll get into that later. So I'm looking at this word going, okay. And from incentive, I get over to the wonderful world of economics and I see value and utility. Now, in all of the marketing and the sales garbage and all the noise, and they're regurgitating all of this crap to me and they're loud about it and it's like too much noise. No one said the word utility. They just said value. It's marketing and value, marketing and value. And it was so manipulative. Promote marketing and value, marketing value, utility. Now, as soon as I read the word utility, incentive, value, now you have trust. So it's not build trust. See, that's manipulating. It's not build trust. Give them value. It's no. When you are building trust with intent to, that's manipulation, which is actually the exact opposite of trust. So it's incentive, value, utility. And when those three things combine, you get trust. And then I went, oh, I found out that I had a problem with productivity, my product, because I couldn't define it. My product is education, not psychology. It's education. I'm a philosopher, not a psychologist. In fact, every time I go into the psychology realm, I get angry and I'm like, I'm doing something I hate doing. This is not fun. This is work for me. That's a clue. Philosophy is what gives me joy. That's my play. So I went, well, that's why I love doing the podcast, is because I'm teaching, because I'm a philosopher. And ironically, when I get into psychology, that's when I become angry because I don't enjoy it. I did psychology not out of joy, out of necessity. Psychology was just my tool to survive the shit I was in. I don't need it anymore. I don't have to do it anymore. So I got 30 years of psychology. You know, I learned it as a defense mechanism so I could predict the movements of people around me. That's why I learned psychology. So I could predict the movement of people around me. I'm very good at predicting the movements of people around me. And it was just a survival weapon. It was just a survival tool that I mastered. And now I don't need it. I still have the tool. It's embedded into me, but it's not my joy. My joy is philosophy. So it was this massive, well, what gives me joy? So I wrote down all of my products. I love doing the podcasts. I love doing the podcasts. And I now have, so I do the podcast during the day. Every day I do the educational videos. And then I have the discussion group. And the discussion group is for members only. That is the Philosopher's Fountain on Tuesday nights. And I went, wow, that's so simple. That's suddenly so very simple. Because the moment I rationalized and was able to figure out this massive formula at the core in economics that is the root of all commerce, I was able to go, oh, I can embrace it now. I have the ethical blockage. It's not a subconscious mind blockage. It's not a fear blockage. It's an ethical blockage. That's the problem. Precise language matters. And when you've got a lot of people saying a lot of things wrong, like, oh, you got to work out your fear blockage. It's not fear. For me, it was ethics. It was the cognitive core. If it's a problem with your identity, if it's a problem with your ethics, if it's a problem with your belief system, if it's a problem with your naming, and if it's a problem, naming, by the way, is where imposter syndrome comes from. If it's a problem with your perspective, it's not going to work. For me, it's an ethical problem. It can be an identity problem. Well, that's not who I am because I was told that's not who I am. That's also part of the naming. That's not what I love. I don't love doing it, but they told me I love doing it, so I have to do it. This is against my ethics. I don't agree with this. I'm not okay with doing this because it's not against because it's against my ethics. Well, I don't believe that's true, so I can't do it because I don't believe it. I believe something different. This isn't who I am. This isn't who I was told I could be or am. So I have to do what they tell me to. And then there's the perspective. That isn't at all the reality. That's not even possible. That's not credible. Welcome to your cognitive core. So if one of these things is off, and we are taught that there's only one thing that matters, only one thing, and that's your beliefs. That's not true. Sorry, manifestors. There's 5 other parts here. 5 other parts. And manifestors love to scream that it's all about the beliefs. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's not it at all. So what it is your identity. You have to love it. Your ethics. It has to be ethically logical and acceptable to your personal law. You have to believe it. And you have to claim it as yours. You have to know who you are. And it has to make logical sense to you in your reality. That's your perspective. So there's your 5. And if one of those is off, you're not getting it. Manifestation doesn't work because now your subconscious mind is going to kick in and play defense to make sure this stays safe. And suddenly you're going nowhere. So I figured all of that shit out yesterday. I was able to locate it. And now I'm going, all right, I now have an ethical free game to go finally. Yes. Okay. So now I have this thing that I do on Tuesdays where you could sit down with a philosopher, you can enter my space and we can debate. There's membership. I'm so excited about that. I created the forum in the market. And that is, oh my God, I love it. I love it. That is an old ancient Rome concept, the forum. So within the forum, there is this vast market, and that's where you can get all of my Healing Garden resources. Anna's Elite is there. It's literally the trade and commerce. And you can bring in your own business into the forum. It's not just mine. It's also yours. I have a full list of the forum. Get your business added to the forum. There's a fee if you want your business added to the forum. So but it has to adhere to my ethical practices because that's the whole point here is this is ethical business and it is ethical business that is practiced away from the patriarchy. So that is the forum and the market. That is what I was able to build yesterday. It was absolutely, I'm just so excited about it. And I realized that my expertise, my forte is not the healing garden. It's actually in the philosopher's fountain. It's the education, which is why I've shifted everything in my podcast from the healing garden over to Authenticity City is because I'm going, well, I'm not a healer. Oh my God, that's why. Because people were like, oh, you're a healer. You're a healer. No, I'm not. Stop giving me a name that is not mine. That's a label. I'm not a healer. I am a philosopher. There's a big difference. Which is why I was getting so angry is because when you step out of the world of philosophy, everything becomes an ethical right or wrong. And it's like, okay, I'm a philosopher. We don't think right and wrong. And that's such a big deal. That is such a huge, philosophers do not think in terms of right and wrong because now we're talking about ethics and ethics are an opinion. They're not a fact. Ethics are an opinion. Ooh, this is a big one. The ethics are an opinion, 100%. Right and wrong is an opinion. It's not a fact. Facts don't exist. Facts don't exist in the world of philosophy. Welcome to existentialism. Now, this is my forte. Oh, I love existentialism. So I'm sitting here going, yeah, right and wrong, ethics, yeah, that doesn't exist. This is all opinion. So arguing about right and wrong and facts and what did and didn't happen, moot. It's all moot. I'm just going to have a sign that goes, it's moot, 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 because it's an opinion. And if you're haggling over opinions, hey, check it in, because if it's an opinion, you can't argue it. You can present it, you can listen to it, you can respect it, you can go, wow, that's fascinating. And that's about it. But you can't argue it. What you can argue is whether or not a fact actually does exist. That you can argue. Welcome to philosophy. This is my happy place. So I am just like, oh, I'm so happy. So I live in the education realm. I don't live in the healing realm. I'm not happy there. And that's when I realized I need to get out of the healing garden. Yes, I have the healing garden. Yes, you can use my triadic healing. Here it is. There you go. It's why I'm not even there. It's why I'm over in the playground half the time, is because I'm a philosopher. And right now, my philosophy is on let's study happiness, joy, and imagination. Let's talk about the abstract because I'm a philosopher. And I'm sitting here going, oh, this makes so much more sense. I'm not a psychologist. Not at all. I could be. I'm one of the fucking best, but I'm not, because it doesn't give me joy. That's all it is. It just doesn't give me any joy to be a psychologist, despite my credentials, despite what I can do, what I've done. It's not my joy. It's not my happiness. So I took away one-on-one psychology today. I took away I went in last night and I'm like, no, I will not do one-on-one consultations. Nothing makes me more miserable than doing one-on-one. Oh my God. Like I have one client right now. I love this person to bits. I love working with this, but in my brain, I'm going, this is research and I will not be taking on anybody else. And it's absolute. Yeah, it's definitely, it does not give me joy. I'm so glad, like I can see that it's helping. So for that, I'm getting like, yes, but that's not, I seek to educate. I seek to show people a different way to live. I seek to open minds and shift perspectives. I don't seek to heal because that's limiting. That's so limiting for me. And I'm going, I don't give joy, and I just gain no joy. So it was this massive sudden realization of my true identity of I'm not a psychologist, I'm a philosopher. And whenever I tell people what I am, that's what I lead with, is I'm a philosopher. Hardcore, I'm a philosopher, first and foremost. I'm an oral historian second, but I'm a philosopher first. Philosopher and then oral historian and then podcaster. But my podcast is all philosophy based. Is all oral historian based. So yeah, that's it. I am a philosopher and an oral historian. And an oral historian is a philosopher. I'm a bard. But people don't know what a bard is. People really don't know what a bard is. A bard is not a musician. People really have no idea what a bard is. So I'm going, yeah, they're actually oral historians. That's what a bard is. They're an oral historian. They are in charge of recording, keeping, holding all the history within their minds and delivering it in story and song and play and theater. But ultimately, they're a historian and they're a philosopher. And they're utilizing stage, theater, and music to deliver that medium. A bard is just a musician. And it's like, no, that's not it. That is not a modern day bard. That concept is actually, it's one of the biggest falses. Like every time someone's like, I'm a bard, I just sing. It's like, dude, that's not what a bard ever was. They were scholars. They were massive amounts of knowledge all crammed into their heads. And then they just, because they understand the importance of imagination and play, which is why I have Honest Playground. Oh my God, we're going to talk a lot about imagination, the abstract, and play, and how important that is to our humanity, to our mental health. Imagination is the core to our mental health. And you've got concrete thinkers, a philosophical term, a concrete thinker who absolutely shits on it because they don't understand abstract, because you require a certain intellectual development, a point of intellectual growth in order to even perceive abstract. Imagination is abstract and it's destroyed. I can't talk about the nonsense. I can't talk about the nonsense. So there. I'm it's this massive understanding of, okay, so I've got my mental health, I've got the healing garden, I've got the imaginative play, the playground, I've got the ship of state. Now I have the education with the philosophy. That's my realm. Ooh, love that over there. And then I have business. Building your business and putting it together with self-purpose and your resources. It's a completely different way of doing business, and I cannot wait to get into it. This is it really, is you being able to identify what your resources are and what your self-purpose is, and then utilizing your passion with your resources. When you combine your resources with your identity, you get your business. And so for me, there's job, and then there's career, and then there's the calling. And that's it right there. But your calling is actually your life purpose plus your passion plus your resources. And you want to bring all three of those things together. And once you have all three of those things with an understanding of trade, basic sharing and gifting, and that's it. That is what I was missing. That's what I was able to get back, was the sharing and the gifting. And when you do sharing and gifting, now you get trade. Now you get, and that's really it. The sharing, the gifting, the trade based off of your resources, your internal resources, and your passion, your self-purpose. Now you can build a business. But you have to know that shit. So there's going to be that whole section where that's what I train people. That's what I focus on. That's where I give education for that. So I focus on education for business. I focus on the philosophy of mental health. I've done that. I've closed the door. I'm done with it. Now it's triadic healing. It's available over at the Healing Garden. Now I'm going to sit down. I have no idea what I'm going to play. When I'm all done building this, I'm going to play, because I'm using my philosophy to build up mental health. I did that. Now I'm using my philosophy to build imagination and play. And I'm using the philosophy to build on oh yeah, I see what I'm doing now. I'm using my philosophy to go through these four pillars of a society, which is the mental health, done, the education and business side, I'm working on it, and imagination and play, which I'm also working on. So now I'm off of the mental illness kick, and I'm on to these two now. And once I'm done with that, and I also have the forum and the marketing, and now I'm on the education. The education's also done. That went hand in hand with mental health. And now I'm in the cultivator side, where I'm an educator with the philosophy. And when I'm done with that, I'm working on the ship of state, putting together this working. And all of this is for the ship of state. When I'm done with that, I'm going to fall back into the education and just be a retired philosopher and be like, yes, this is the system that I built. It's abstract for now, but that's where it always starts, for now. There will be physical locations later. Right now, we're just working on the abstract and getting this set up. So come in, build a community. Absolutely. We do meet in real life. We do meet in person. My imagination area, my playground is already set up. Anna's Elite is already available. You can go into there. And then I've got my education classes. I have triadic healing also available on Mondays. So it's triadic healing is on Mondays, and that's going to be at 11 o'clock in the morning. I've decided Monday at 11 a.m. So if you want to sign up for my course for triadic healing, Mondays at 11 a.m. And it's going to be me going through the syllabus, me doing a lecture for about 3 hours. It's not just lecture. It's going to be engagement. There's a whole lot of things with it. So I do triadic healing on Mondays. I do my philosophy on Tuesday. And then Thursday, I do imagination and play. Oh my God, I love my life. And then in between, I'm doing I'm basically organizing and building. So And then I do my meditation every morning. So, oh my God, I'm like, this whole thing just clicked into place and suddenly it's very smooth and very logical. And I'm just like, yes, that's awesome. So take a look at the information down below. Check out the forum in the market to see exactly what it is available. And I have my newsletter. Absolutely subscribe to the newsletter. And if you want to play with me, head into the play department. I've got these 4 pillars basically. So when you come into Authenticity City, choose which of the 4 pillars you want or need. You can dabble and there's no rules at all. You can stay here for as long as you want. If you want to become a citizen, grab the membership. That's how you do it. And that will give you VIP access. That's going to do a lot for you. That's going to, if you want it, you will be first in line to receive invitation for everything that happens here. You will be getting the invitation. So if you want to be invited to this, if you want, basically everyone's a visitor until you become a member. Bottom line. That's it. Everyone is a visitor until you become. I don't have taxes. I have membership. Ha! Ha! I love it. There you go. There it is. There it is. There is no taxation. There's a membership. So you are a visitor. And if you want in, and visitors are more than welcome to stop in at the forum in the marketplace. There you go. There's no taxation here. I love this so much. Everyone loves this so much. Who wouldn't? There is no taxation. We have membership. There. Oh, see, like I said, it's just click, 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 click. So if you want to become a member of Authenticity City, grab the membership because we don't do taxation. Fuck that shit. Yeah, this is my city. Oh, I'm so fucking happy for this shit. All right. So you're a visitor. You're a guest. You want to be a member. The membership's $140 a month or $1,200 a year. Bottom line. Oh my God, I love this place. Wow. Wow. And wow, I didn't even, I've been trying to figure that out. Like, how do you fuel and fund a society? How do you do that without taxation? I have been trying to figure that out for a long time. And it just occurred to me, become a citizen with membership. Like really, I'm playing this out now and I'm trying to find the flaw. Now, here's the other thing. I also have the round table. The round table is $15,000 per year. And that will get you an actual seat at the round table. And you can propose what you want to vote on. And then we're going to do a vote. Majority rules. Whoever wins the vote, the money goes to that cause. Period. Bottom line. So if you want to focus on homeless, and we're not giving the money to a different charity, I'm hosting it. I'm putting the event together. I'm the one who's pushing it out there saying, okay, let's do this. We're doing it. I'm not giving it to another government official from the system. I don't do that. I'm doing it. We're doing it. So $15,000 if you want to have a seat at the round table, and you get to propose what we're going to vote on. And then in June of next year, that money will go into a pool toward whatever cause we voted on to help that cause. That's the round table. Members have the $140 a month and and it's to keep Authenticity City up and running. It's to keep this whole damn thing up and running and to keep it going. There you go. There you go. Holy shit. A system without taxation. Oh my God. Wow. You don't have to be part of the consensus. Only members are going to be part of the consensus. Everyone else is just visiting. So right now, you're visiting. You want to be a member? Links below. Wow. I'm looking for the logical flaw and I'm not finding one. There's no taxation. That means whatever you earn, you keep. I'm really trying to figure out the flaw in this. Give me a minute. And I take care of the education. The imagination play, that's different. If you want to participate in Anna's Elite, there's going to be a fee for that because that's a business. That's part of my business. So I have Anna's Elite. I have my Healing Garden Getaways. Those are completely separate. That's just a service I provide. Holy fucking shit. There's no taxation here. Oh my God, I love my city even more. It's not income based. It's not profit based. It's not poverty level or class level based. It's simple. If you want to be a member, $140, you get citizenship. Wow. And what that gives you is immediate first access to everything that's Authenticity City. You get to join the board. You get to start being part of the think tank. That's really it, is you get to be part of the think tank, which means you can start deciding, hey, I want to see this in the city. I want this in the city. Okay, I'll make it happen. My God. I'm going to be thinking about this for the next month, just going over the process. And I'm not seeing a flaw in it at all. I do believe the city can completely run without any need or requirement for taxation because I have membership, citizenship, where there's just an annual/monthly fee. And I've got the round table for world peace and humanitarian purposes where we vote. Yeah, I think we're done. So that's the ship of state. I'll be talking a lot more on that. If you want to get involved with the ship of state, yeah, that's it right there. If you want to get involved with Authenticity City's politics, yeah, ship of state. That's where you're going to want to go. And if you have a business and you want to put your business in my market, the forum in the market, let me know. You keep 100% of your proceeds. 100%. There is a fee, an annual fee for being in the forum in the market, but you keep 100%. Wow. And you have to, do you have to become a member? That's interesting. That is interesting. Should a membership of the city be required? That's a good question. Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes because it is the forum in the market. I got to think about this. I got to think about this. No, you have to become a member. You have to become a member, and there's going to be the forum fee, and it's a flat rate. Holy fucking shit. Because that's one of the things businesses keep asking me is, well, do I get a percentage? What's your cut? And I'm like, I don't want your cut. I don't want your cut. Holy shit. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. This is so logical and simple. I'm literally like, my logic radar is humming right now. And I'm in disbelief. My logic radar is not going off. This thing is so simple, smooth, precise, clear. I'm not finding any hiccups. And I'm saying this city will run without a single bit of taxation. And it's checking out. It is logically checking out. I can do this entire city without any taxation from its people. It's extraordinary. And I'm looking more and more at that system going, what the fuck? So yeah. All right. So I'm going to be thinking more about this. I'm going to be combing through for any logic loops, anything. But yeah. So membership for citizens is just the membership. Roundtable, if you want to be part of the political system, the ship of state. And then, wow. Yeah, this is amazing. Holy shit. Holy shit. And then we have businesses who want to enter their business into the forum and the market. And ethics. If you have a business that you want to put into the forum and the market, ethics matter. Oh my God, that's a huge part of it. Pitch your business to me. There's contact information on the directory below, and we'll talk about it. It's $500 for a year. This year, it's probably going to go up to like $1,000 next year. I got to play around with it and think on this, but that gets you a placement on the list, and it gets you a place in the market. So yeah. Oh my God. This is extraordinary. This is so fucking extraordinary. Yeah. And it's 100% an affiliation so that basically people, your name would be in the listing with the forum, and then my people, my citizens would go through and find whatever. So if you have a yoga shop, if you do yeah, if you have any kind of services, then, and it no longer has to be healing related. Now it just has to be ethical. Good luck with that. It has to be ethical, which is immediately going to cut out a lot of people from the patriarchy who cannot bring their business over here because they don't do ethical business practices. So you must have ethical business practices to be listed in the forum and the market. This is ethical. Oh my God, this is amazing. And because everyone's on that same page of ethics and education and matters, people here are accountable, responsible, and they have self accountability. Like, oh my God, I'm looking for the flaw. All right, let's do this. Let's try it out. If you love shit like this, like, subscribe, follow below, comment, let us know which part of all of this resonates with you. And wow, yeah, take a look at Authenticity City's map. And that will give you the 4 pillars, and that's gonna like put you in all the right places you need to go. We are in the early stages of construction because I just came off of the healing garden, and I'm building this. So please pardon our pixels. We're cleaning it up. Thank you so much, and may the kindest of words always find you.